Thanks, Regina. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, friends, Mindful Monday friends. I mentioned earlier, if you have just arrived, that we suggestion to start on our backs. So if you have blocks and you'd like to set up in a supported fish, you can put the top block on the higher level. So take your pick, hotel, Holiday Inn, and then take the lower block that will go under your shoulder blades and place it on a lower level. So motel, Holiday Inn. And then you just lower down. And if you don't have blocks, you can roll a blanket up or your towel lengthwise and lay it under your spine, and that gives you a nice, we're going for open heart here today. Nice open, expansive heart space. So yeah, just get settled in, adjust your shirt, cover yourself up if you're cold. You might have to move things around a little bit. And then what happens with your shoulders is they just, in a perfect world, wrap around your block and just soften, opening up this whole heart space. And then if you'd like to put your hand on a belly or a dog, if it's right there, or your heart, one hand to heart, one hand to belly, we're just going to let that awareness of our breath be enhanced by the position of our hands. And again, yogi's choice. You always have the choice to lay your hands out, palms face up. And if your dog's right there, you will get a nice little bath. So let's close our eyes. Let's focus inward. And just arrive here in this present moment. And take a moment to observe the senses. You know that's how we start. Notice the temperature of the air. Notice that sensation of your clothes against your skin. Feel the surface beneath you. Imagine it rising up to meet you. Feel those connections. The legs, the hips. It's okay, Sophie. And then feel those places on your body where there is air between the surface beneath you and the body. Listen to the sounds in your space. And then with your eyes closed or gently softened, perceive, see, notice, observe the light that is shining through the eyelids. So now that we're all settled in, we have observed our senses, our externals. Let's bring our awareness to our breath. And if your hands are on your belly, soften the belly enough so that when you draw your air in through your nostrils, you have a nice expansion there. So breathe in, let your belly rise up to meet your hands. And then pause at the top of the inhalation. Feel that expansion. And then as the air leaves through your nostrils, let the belly just descend back down and feel that lowering action there. And begin again, inhaling into the belly, like filling up like a balloon. Really expansive, and the air draws on up into the lungs, and the shoulders wrap around your block or your blanket even more. Exhale slowly, complete that round of breath by fully exhaling. Release all the air. And then on your inhalation, this next one, let's make it the biggest one yet. Fill up completely, belly, ribs, drawing that air up into all the nooks and crannies of the lungs. And then let it be a slow release, slow exhalation all the way out of the body. And then just let your hands rest on your mat. And just pause here to notice. We'll take some time to pause between our shapes this morning so we can really be present to ourselves and to what's going on in our bodies, our minds, and our spirits. So when you're ready, bend one knee and just roll to one side if you have something underneath you. Remove those props. Sophie's still giving me a little bath here. Let's lower all the way down. Yeah, and just notice the shoulders. Notice the spaciousness we've created in the chest, giving ourselves a little open heart. And take a full breath in. Notice the space that we've created. And then a full breath out. And on your next inhalation, take that right knee, hug it up toward the right shoulder. So to go over more toward the right side. And then take it gently across over toward the left shoulder. So just a gentle movement of the hip and back to the right. Good. And then back to the left. A couple more, just gently warming up the hips here. Nice. And then send that right leg up to the sky. Take a hold of your shin, your calf, and maybe point and flex a couple of times. Get the hamstring nice and stretched. Just a gentle stretch this morning. Good. Excellent. And then lower your right leg. Make it long. See if you can snuggle in there with that right leg. Hug that left knee in. Take it over to the left shoulder. Good. Breath in. And breath out as you draw it over to the right shoulder. Just a gentle left and right movement. Just a wake up call for the hips. Yeah, just gentle. A couple more. Just notice what's going on here today in the body. And then come back to center, extend that leg. Maybe flex and point. Check in with the hamstrings. No ankle cracks today for me. Oh, well, I spoke too soon. Good. And then slowly lower that left leg down. Let's take a full body stretch, reaching the arms way overhead. And arch the back. Just check in with the back here. Take a full breath in, and on your next exhalation, we'll go ahead and hug both knees in to the chest this time. Give yourself a nice big hug. Maybe rock from side to side a little bit. And then draw your nose up towards your knees. And then slowly lower your feet down to the mat, to your hips. Take your hands on either side. Snuggle your shoulders. Hands on either side of the hips. Sometimes I get ahead of myself, sorry. And then snuggle your shoulders underneath you. So hopefully that chest is nice and open and expansive. And then lift up into your first bridge pose. Inhale, shine. And then on your exhale, slowly lower down. We'll just take a few of these, just warming up the back, moving with the breath, getting our breath to movement pattern established. So the inhale takes us up, and the exhale lowers us down. So keep it slow. Yeah, couple more. Inhale up, bridge, and exhale down. And then on this next one, shine, lift, and then we'll take our hands beneath us, snuggle your shoulders even more, and maybe clasp your hands beneath you, and use the strength of your quadriceps to lift you up a little bit higher. Should feel good. Hopefully, if it doesn't, just back off a little bit until you feel your sweet spot. Keep your breath moving slow and smooth. We'll be here for 2 more. Maybe lift a little bit higher. And then slowly lower on down. Take your back down 1 vertebra at a time so you get that nice long spine. Excellent. And then bring your feet together into Supine Badakanasana, so butterfly pose. So we have this external rotation of our hips. Good. And then take your hands to your belly. One more time, we'll check in. Fill up with breath. And then exhale it out. Good. One more time, fill up. And exhale. Good. We'll take our legs, draw them together. Let's take them over to the right, just for a gentle twist. And then come back to center, gentle twist to the left. Because we're here, why not? And then if you like, draw your knees into your chest, begin to rock and roll forward and back. If that doesn't sound pleasant to you this morning, just roll to one side and come on up to a comfortable seat. But it's kind of fun to rock and roll, get the spine massaged, and then finally come on up, find your seat. Good. Sit up here, nice and tall. Lift the crown of your head toward the sky. Take your arms out wide, reach up, and let your palms draw down to your heart. Take a moment here in prayer pose, Anjali Mudra. Create an intention for your practice. Sophie, what's your intention? Is it to lick my legs until there's nothing left? Let's take one more. Inhale, reach up, and exhale down. So with your chin on your chest, just let the back of the neck get a nice stretch, and then take your chin over towards your right shoulder. And then make it a little semicircle. Good exhale, Sophie. Take it over to the left. And rotate side to side, just working the back of the neck. Good. And then if you're feeling as though you'd like this, take a little circle. Draw a circle in front of you, going in one direction. Make the circles as big as you like, or as small as you like, and then switch. Go the other way. Get all the kinks out of the neck. Nice. Awesome. Sit up nice and tall, and we'll draw the shoulders up to the ear. Take some shoulder circles. Let's work it out. Good. Let's go forward as well. Nice. And then we'll come to stillness. Take your left hand down to the left side of your mat, and inhale your right arm up and just lean over. See how far you can lean. Keep your right hip on the surface beneath you, and maybe look under your right shoulder. Take a nice big breath in and exhale it out like Sophie. And then switch sides. We'll take the right hand to the right. Left arm reaches up and over. Take that gaze under the left arm. Breathe in and breathe out as you lower the left hand to the floor. Good. That's so good. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands come down to heart center. Nice. When you're ready, we're going to take ourselves up into our tabletop and pad your knees. I already have my blanket laid out all nice and lengthwise, but you can fold it up and get all the wrinkles out so that you have a nice soft place for your knees. And then spread the fingers nice and wide. Let's come into a tabletop, Sophie shake it out a little bit. And then come to stillness here. Find your tabletop. So find your gaze somewhere in front of your mat so that you have a nice long back of the neck. And just establish that. And then we'll take our chin to our chest and slowly round into that Halloween cat shape. Exhale as you do it. Draw the belly into the spine. And then inhale as you take your gaze slightly upward, dropping the belly, lifting the tailbone and the crown of the head. Exhale as you round forward, find that cat. Press the mat away. Really stretch the back. So good. Inhale as you come into your cow, you know. And take a couple more, just getting that nice stretch. And the whole length of the spine. And we'll come back and we'll finish with our cow pose with a nice big breath in. And then come to neutral. Find that spot right in front so your neck is nice and long again. And then we'll send that left leg long behind us and flex the toes toward the floor. Keep that left hand, finger spread nice and wide, all the finger joints really pressing into the mat. And then reach the right arm forward. And then take your gaze a little more forward. Just keep that length in the back of the neck. So the gaze is still on the floor in front of us. Good. If you're feeling feisty today, bend your left knee, take your right arm, reach back for your ankle, your foot, your pant leg, whatever you can get a hold of. Good. Open up the right shoulder, embrace any wobble. We love our wobble. Breathe in. Bye, Sophie. And breathe out, extend, re-extend. This time, point the toes, get really long, but keep your gaze forward, protecting the back of the neck. Slowly lower down, lower the left knee. Sophie, shake it out. Yeah. All right, come to stillness. Find that little spot in front of you, long neck. Reach the right leg back and the left arm forward. Flex those toes toward the floor. Spreading the fingers nice and wide on the right hand, pressing into all the joints of the right fingers. You've got it. Nice big breath in. Maybe lift that leg a little higher. And then if you like, flip your palm, reach back, bending that right leg, reach back for the ankle, the pants, the foot, any of the above. Good. Keep your gaze forward on the floor and press your leg into your hand into your leg. Create that resistance. One more breath. And then re-extend. Send the fingertips forward and the toes back. Get nice and long in your bird dog. Breathe in. And on your exhale, we'll lower it all down. Bring the knees as wide as your mat. Bring your big toes to touch and send your arms forward. Find an extended child's pose so the forehead can come down to the mat or a block. And just enjoy this stretch. So we'll be here for a few breaths. So take your time to let the hips sink back toward the heels. And maybe walk your fingers a little farther forward. Find that length in the arms, that stretch in the upper back. And then just relax your hands, relax your elbows down to the floor. And breathe here. Good, slow and easy breaths. Excellent. Take one more. Excellent. Slowly make your way up back into your table. Take your hands just in front of where they were, fingers spread. Tuck your toes. And then begin to lift your hips. Let's come up into a downward facing dog. You're going to join us in a down dog, Sophie? So lift your hips high. Okay, that's good. I've had my bath. That's good. Bend your knees one at a time and walk your dog. And then press your heels back. Lift the hips a little bit higher. Hamstrings, glutes, calves, all getting a nice long stretch. Beautiful. Relax the back of the neck. Take one more breath. Come up on your toes, look forward, and take a slow walk to the front of your mat. We'll take our hips, our feet, hip width, and then find a forward fold. So bending your knees as much as you need to, just to protect that lower back. Fingertips graze the floor. Maybe bring your hands into ragdoll, reaching for elbows. And then if it feels good on your back, just rock side to side. You can bend one knee and then the other. Just enjoy this ragdoll. Make it your own. Forward fold, head under heart. Let's take a nice big breath in. And a long, slow exhale. And then we'll begin to slowly rise. So bending the knees, let's bring ourselves up just one part at a time. Let's take our time to really get up to standing. And as we lengthen out, take those shoulders up and back, and then take your arms up, reach up, get really tall, look up at those fingertips, and see if you dare come up on your toes. Test your balance. And then lower your heels. Draw your hands together. Come into Anjali Mudra. Take a moment here to transition gracefully, because that's why we do this. When you're ready, lift and spread your toes and lower them down one at a time, starting with that pinky toe, just really individuating your toes. Finally, the big toes press into the floor, your kneecaps draw up, and your legs get all excited about this practice. Good, here we are. Palms face forward, shoulders nice and drawn back, and the chest is so wide and expansive. We are just ready for a great day. Take a big breath in, and on your exhale, sink back down. We're going to sink down into a chair pose. This is our first chair pose, so we're not sinking back down. We are sinking down into our first chair pose, and it is fantastic. So if you feel like you need a little more, sink down a little bit more, but keep that weight in your heels. Good. I know. This is good. Take a big breath in. And on your exhale, we're going to slowly swan dive forward, come into our forward fold. Maybe the legs are a little bit more straight here. Maybe the gaze is back towards your knees. Move a little faster, bend your knees. Inhale, root to rise, reach up, look up, get tall. Send those fingertips up toward the sky and come up on your toes. We'll take a brief foray on our toes, yeah. And then exhale, good. Lower the heels. Lower the hips. One more child chair. Sink down. So the arms are framing the ears. Yeah. And on your next exhalation, we'll refold. Come on back down with me. Straighten the legs. Inhale, find your halfway lift. So draw the shoulders back down away from the ears. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees, root to rise, reach up, look up. Let's take a hold of our right wrist and lean left. Get that side bend. Got to get all our stretches. Forward, back, right, left. Twisting action, all the all the different ways the spine needs to move to stay healthy. We give it all to you. Switch sides. That's a song. That's a musical theater song. We haven't played musical theater yoga lately. I give it all to you. What's that from? Anybody know? Inhale, rise up. We'll sink down into our chair. One more time. For good measure, three times, third time's the charm. Sink down. Frame the ears, draw the shoulders down away from the ears. And then exhale as you fold forward. And there we are. Inhale halfway. And exhale, we're going to take our hands down to the floor or blocks and step back, way back with the right leg. Fingertips can come to the floor, or if you like your blocks, oh yeah, let's use them. So frame that left foot. And then maybe bring your fingertips to the tops of your blocks or the floor. And shine your heart here. We'll come into just a low crescent. And then we're going to make our way up to a high crescent. So reach your arms up. Use the strength of your legs to bring you up. Take a big breath in. Feel the strength of your legs. So strong. Nice. And then open up, warrior two. Spin that back foot to flat. Send your arms out from your shoulders. Get nice and expansive. Draw those shoulders open. Shoulder blades draw together. Look out over the left fingertips. Good. And then as you're ready, take your left hand down to the floor or your blocks. Great place to use your blocks. And just press your hand into your block. Lift your right arm up. Take a side angle. Always the option to bring your elbow to your left quad. So nice juicy side angle here. Breathe in and breathe out. Yeah, keep pressing into the right side of the right foot. I could tell you were doing it already. Just reiterating. When you're ready, right arm comes down, either to your block or the floor. Left hand frames that left foot. Go ahead and take that right knee, lower it down, lower the top of the right foot down, and then take your left hand to the inside of your left thigh and gently press as you open up your left shoulder to the left side for a twist. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Enjoy this twist. Excellent. One more breath in. One more breath out. And then we'll come back. Take your hands to your block, framing that left foot, your block or the floor. Tuck your right foot. Lift yourself up and lift your knee up and send your left foot back to meet your right, downward facing dog. Good. Take a moment in down dog, a moment of stillness. And let the back of your neck soften and lengthen. Take a big breath in, come up on your toes, look forward. You can step, hop, jump, walk, make your way to the front of your mat and find your forward fold here. So I'm going to take my peace fingers, wrap them around my big toe, yes I am, and draw those elbows out to the side. Come into your forward fold a little deeper here, a little nice stretch. Always the option to bend your knees and back off from any deeper expression that doesn't work for you this morning. Inhale, come into your halfway lift. And exhale, bring your hands to the floor or blocks and step back with your left foot. Get really long, find that low runner's lunge. Get that left hip flexor really nice and stretched out. And then fingertips to the floor or maybe a block to the left side of your right foot. Let's just shine our heart, look forward. And then we'll gently rise up, reach up, come into your strong crescent. Use the strength of your legs. Reach those fingertips up, framing the ears. Breathe in here. Good, breathe out. Nice. On your exhalation, we'll take that left hand down, reach the right arm up, take a twist. Good. And then on your exhalation, again, take your right hand to the right side of your right foot. Take the left hand down to your mat. Lower the left knee. I forgot a whole sequence. We'll take our right hand to our right thigh and take your twist. Just kind of press that right knee open and twist over your right shoulder. That's it. Have no fear, we'll go back. Breathe in, breathe out. Here we go. Hands come to frame that foot, tuck the left foot, rise up carefully, and then come into your crescent. And then we'll open up into our warrior two. That's what it was. Send those arms out from your shoulders, look out over the right fingertips. Left foot, spun to flat at an angle and pressing into both sides of that left foot. Right and left sides, really equally pressing in. And then as you're ready, on your exhale, take your right hand down to the floor or your block, and here's your twist. Yes, this is it. Take your gaze up. Enjoy. Opening up that left shoulder. And then slowly lower it down. Come on back, forward. Take the right hand to the right side of the right foot. Left hand, they're framing the foot. And then take your right foot back to meet your left in downward facing dog. Take a nice big breath in. Come up on your toes. And then we'll lower our knees. Bring your legs together here. Tops of the feet on the floor. Sink yourself back into a child's pose. And this time, take your arms behind you. See if you can reach for the outsides of your feet. And just lower down. Forehead can come to the floor or block. And just breathe here. See if this works for your knees. If not, always the option to tuck something under there. We'll take one more breath in. Really long exhalation. And then bring yourself to the crown of your head. So the crown of the head is on the floor. If you had your block there, you might want to remove that. And then tuck your toes. See if you can keep your hands wrapped around the outsides of your feet. And then draw your belly into your spine and use that reciprocal action. So the hands are holding on to the feet as the feet press away. And the stretch is in that upper back primarily. So breathe in here. This is rabbit pose. Because we look like little rabbits, little bunnies. And breathe out. And then release that. And we're just going to snake our way down to the floor, finding our bellies. And for just a moment, just pause, make a little pillow, rock your hips from side to side. And let yourself just soften, feeling the support of the mat beneath you. Good. Take a nice big breath in and a slow breath out. And then bring your forehead to the center, maybe on your hands. And then as you like, bring your right knee on up towards your right elbow, coming into sleeper pose. Releasing the lower back. And just let this be just a nice release. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Take one more breath in. And then release that back. Long. And take your left leg up. Bend your left knee and take it up toward the left elbow. Little sleeper action here. Nice release. Good. Breathe in. And then breathe out. As you are ready, send that left leg long. And just Sophie, shake it out. Good. When you're ready, we're going to extend the right arm out to the right and just let that palm come to the floor. Extend it out from that right shoulder. You can turn your head to the left And then take your left hand to the outside of the left shoulder, and only if you don't have any serious shoulder injuries, press yourself open. So using the strength of your left arm, press into the floor, and then take your left leg, bend your knee, and take it behind your right leg. You can always keep the right leg lengthened or in front, but see if you can open it up. It's a stretch for the shoulders. Good. You can also do this standing up in a doorway, turning your body. Just a nice shoulder opener. Good. We'll take one more breath here. And then slowly come back to center. Take your right hand to the right, outside of the right shoulder. Extend that left hand out to the left, and we'll gently roll our bodies over to the left, only again if you have no shoulder injuries. Use the strength of your right hand to press yourself open, and take that right leg behind you, in front of you, extend it long. Yeah, good, Sophie. She's such a good exhaler. Breathe in and take a nice long exhalation like Sophie just did. And then slowly return to your belly. Good. We're going to take 3. Yeah, 3. I think. Cobra Poses. So press in. Let's just lift our heart, shine our heart. Lots of heart openers today. And then lower down. I was going to say 1, but since we're here, let's get 3. So really tuck those shoulders in. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then on your inhalation, rise up. Gentle cobra. Kind of almost like a push-up too, because you're using the strength of your arms. Let's take that 3rd. Awesome. Beautiful. Lower down. Nice. Okay, here we go. We're going to use those arms to press us up back into table, and then tuck your toes, lift up, downward facing dog. Take a counter stretch here. Relax the back of the neck, as I know you are doing. And then slowly take a walk and come to the middle of your mat and slowly rise up. Let's come all the way up to standing. And we'll take a brief opportunity to test our balance. So lift and spread your toes. Look down. Look at how beautiful your toes are. And then lower your pinky toe all the way through every toe until they're all pressing in to the earth. Good. Stand up in your mountain. Good. Find your foundation. This mountain pose is a great foundation for balance. So then we take our gaze somewhere forward in front of us. Find a spot that's static, that's not moving. And then we'll bring our weight into our right foot. Let's come into a tree pose. So left ankle, left heel to left ankle, or left foot to the inner thigh. Find your tree pose. And wherever you are, find your drishti. Allow your drishti and your breath to keep you steady and present. Yeah. And if you fall, no sweat. Just come back. Come back. And also, the opportunity is always there to use a wall or a chair to give you that extra support. Feel free to grow your branches. And then because the fall is coming, feel free to drop any leaves that are ready to be let go of. When you're ready, slowly lower that left foot to the mat. We'll come back into our mountain pose. Lift and spread the toes and press them into the floor. Establish your foundation. Take a nice big breath into that expansive heart space. And then bring your weight into the left foot. Let's take our tree pose on this side. And decide what it'll be. Maybe it's different from the other side, depending on, one side is always groovier to balance on. When you're ready, find your drishti, be your tree, be your best tree. Reach those branches, extend them out, get really majestic, and then drop your leaves and slowly lower down. Excellent. So if you shake it out, take some hip circles. Good. Go both directions. And here we go. We're going to do some body pats. So we're going to start down at the bottoms of our legs. Just give yourself some body pats. Get those kidney, get your shoulders, and bring it up to your head. And just those fingertips, and then to your face. Good. Chin, jaw, and then close your eyes, come into your mountain pose. Take a nice big breath in, and a slow breath out. Good. As you're ready, bring your feet nice and wide, unless you have knee issues, and we are coming to the mat, down to the mat. So if a squat does not work for you, no judgment, come on down. But if you like this squat, lower down, take your elbows to the insides of your legs, shine your heart, and enjoy this stretch. Take a full breath. And then we'll take our fingertips to the floor and lower on down, coming on down to our backs. Once you get there, take those knees into your chest. Take a nice squeeze, and then circle the knees out because we love it. Good. Go the other direction. And then lower the left foot to the floor. Take the right ankle across the left thigh and hug it in. So you can hug in the back, the hamstring, or reach through to your left shin. And find that figure four. Notice what happens to your shoulders. See if you can keep your shoulders nice and relaxed. Breathe in and breathe out. So good. Let's hold for one more breath, because we can. And then let it go. And lower that left foot to the floor. We'll cross the right leg over the left. Bring your arms out to a T or cactus. And then just let the weight of the right leg on the left, just soften it. Encourage it, shall we say, over to the right. Maybe turn your gaze to the left. Always the option to use your props. Come back to center. Lower the right foot to the floor. Take the left ankle across. Let's come into our figure four here. Feet can be flexed or just relaxed. Why flex? Yogi's choice. Breathe in as you hug in a little bit closer. Notice if you're slacking a little bit, maybe that left hip deserves a deeper stretch. I think it's ready, don't you? Breathe in and breathe out. Let's take one more full round of breath here. Such a good stretch. And then lower the right foot to the floor. Take that left leg across the right. Open your arms up, nice and expansively. And then take the legs over to the left. Look right. Good breaths. Slow and easy. Nice twist. Good. Slowly come back to center. Take both feet to the floor and then draw them back in. Let's come into a happy baby. So reach for the outsides of your feet. We've done that before in this practice, so let's see if we can pull those knees a little closer to the shoulders. Good. Maybe rock from side to side, maybe straighten one leg and then the other. Just make this happy baby as happy as you can imagine it to be. Good. Breath in and breath out. Slowly release as you're ready. Send the legs long. Reach yourself as long as you can. Get really long. Arms overhead. Arch that back one more time. Point your toes. And then while you're here, let's tighten every single muscle. So you can make a fist with your hands, tighten those arm muscles, tighten those leg muscles, tighten the abs. One big muscle, and hold your breath here for the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Piece of cake. Let your feet go wide on your mat. Let your feet just open outward. Let your hands rest on the floor. And once again, snuggle your shoulders. Get that heart space nice and wide open. And take one full round of breath with a nice long exhalation. And then stop. Stop doing anything to your breath. Just let go. Just let yourself be here. Let all the shapes we've moved through integrate right now in this Shavasana. Let go. This is from John O'Donohue's To Bless the Space Between Us. It's entitled For Equilibrium. Like the joy of the sea coming home to shore, may the relief of laughter rinse through your soul. As the wind loves to call things to dance, may your gravity be lightened by grace. Like the dignity of moonlight restoring the earth, may your thoughts incline with reverence and respect. As water takes whatever shape it is in, so free may you be about who you become. As silence smiles on the other side of what's said, may your sense of irony bring perspective. As time remains free of all that it frames, may your mind stay clear of all it names. May your prayer of listening deepen enough to hear in the depths the laughter of God. Begin to deepen your breath. Stay where you are if you like, or bring some small movements into fingers and toes, Or maybe turn your head from side to side. If you'd like to end your practice in a comfortable seat, use the strength of your arms to press you up there. And then take a moment as you arrive to notice. Do you have more space in the lungs for breath? Are you feeling a little taller, a little calmer? This yoga practice works on it all. And we can laugh. We can always laugh when we fall out of a pose or just decide not to try something. It's good to take it in a lighthearted way. When you're ready, reach your arms up. Take a look up. Let your palms touch. And draw them down to your heart. Let your chin come to your chest. Take a moment to pause and give yourself that pat on the back. That's just self-respect. That, yeah, we showed up. We did this. Good job. And then send a prayer out to someone who could use it. Take all this good mojo. Let's put it to good use. Thanks again for showing up for Mindful Monday, you guys. Namaste. Keep breathing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Keep breathing. Slow. Thanks, guys. Have a really good week.